All right, this is going to be kind of a different, unique vlog video, but I do get asked a lot about random things around my appearance. So I get asked a lot about my skincare routine. I get asked a lot about my wardrobe and dressing advice or techniques or whatever you want to call it. I do get asked about my tattoos, but I'm not really going to dive into that in this video. But basically what I want this video to be about is the things that I feel have had the biggest impact on my life in terms of how I feel about myself and how I look. It all ties into my confidence, my self-confidence, my self-love. It all kind of builds up to that, but I'm going to try to basically give, if I was talking to myself 10 years ago in my early 20s, this is what I wish I would have known back then and what I would have started focusing on back then. So I've already mentioned confidence. Confidence and mentality is, 100% the most important thing out of anything anyone's ever going to tell you when it comes to looks, when it comes to glowing up or any of that. How you feel about yourself is going to be number one. But I'll talk more about that later, because all of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video will kind of all add up and play a factor in how you feel about yourself. So first things first, turn the light on. Ooh. Oh wait, I got a good idea. Maybe this will be better lighting. Okay, let's talk skincare. So I'll be honest, y'all, I have a crazy skincare routine, and I don't expect anyone to do all of the things that I do. My girl is Korean. We've been to Korea now 3 different times. We plan on going maybe every other year. So with that being said, if you don't know, Koreans are top of the top when it comes to skincare. They do not fuck around. So look at the stuff that I use. All this stuff here is what I use every single day. And I use this stuff here too. So let me dive in a little bit. I'm going to try to break it down so that it's just like, all right, Ron, we get it. What would you recommend I get? So first things first, what I do, I wash my shower. I wash my face in the shower. So I wash my face about 2 times every day, morning and night, usually. So I have a face wash in the shower. I also have one here. The face wash, what I found, isn't super critical, but you want one that is not terrible either. By that I mean, just make sure it's natural, make sure it's exfoliating, make sure it's, not something with a bunch of chemicals and something that's going to fuck your face up even more. But just get yourself a base face wash, right? That is number 1, face wash. Number 2 is a moisturizer, and number 3 is sunscreen. Those are like, if I was going to say start here, if you're brand new to taking care of your face, I would say start with those 3 things. With that being said, I'll share with you exactly what I do. So I have a crazy routine, like I said. So I start, after washing my face, I start with a moisturizing balancer. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I don't know what a lot of these things do. I can make guesses, but I just do what my girl tells me to do, and I trust her, and it's been working. And my face and my skin looks better now, literally, than it did when I was 10 years younger. So it's working. All right, so I start with this. So a balancer. Following the balancer, I use a vitamin C serum. So this says powerful strength line reducing concentrate, but it's a vitamin C with hyaluronic acid. I was about to say hydraulic acid. So these 2 are every day, no matter what, I put on those 2. Following that, I usually also put on this is it says emulsion, but basically I look at this as it's another kind of level of moisturizer. Following that, I put on this, which is an Active Balance Serum. I know you guys, I try to tell you it's a lot. And then every other day, I put on this, which is a intensive facial tone-up solution. Okay, and then sometimes I'll use this water bubble cream, this is literally just a moisturizer, right? Okay, so this is the stuff that I use every single day. On top of this, I also have a daily night cream. So this is wrinkle smoothing eye cream. So I put this on under my eyes. And then I will put on this, which is literally just another very thick, heavy coated moisturizer. That is my morning routine. All of these things I put on in the morning. And then if I'm leaving the house at all, I then also put on a sunscreen, and the sunscreen, UV protection. This also, it's SPF 50. This I know also helps with wrinkles. It helps with preventing sunspots, things like that. So it's a lot. But this is what I do. I know people have asked. And the other thing I'm going to be honest with you guys about is like, this shit's not cheap. It's not cheap, but for me, my skin health has become so important, and I do make content full time. So it's something I'm even more conscious about. But either way, if I was younger, if I could go back in time, the one thing I would have done is I would have started taking care of my skin way sooner. I didn't start doing all this stuff until about 2, maybe 3 years ago. And I started off small. I started off with those 3 things that I mentioned, right? Get a good face wash, get a good moisturizer, and get a good sunblock. And then you can kind of step up, and there's more things that you can start adding, like this stuff. You can start using a retinol cream, which helps kind of balance out everything in your face. There's a lot to it. It's pretty complex. I wish it was a bit more easy, but it is what it is. All right. Okay. So aside from face and taking care of my skincare, face care, the next thing that I think is super, super important is taking care of your actual hair and facial hair. This is something that is obviously going to be different for everyone. Everyone's going to look different and look good with different styles of hair. So for me, it took me a while to find kind of what hair I felt looked the best, and I still play with it. I still kind of mess around with exactly what style I feel the best in, I feel the most confident in. Also a style that's easy to kind of maintain, but for the most part, it's short on the sides. I really like a low fade, and then not super long on top, even though right now I'm letting my hair grow out. So for you, what I would recommend is something like, basically you can find and test and sample out different hairstyles. Find out what works good for you. You might look great with long hair. I don't think I do, but I'll let my hair grow out a little bit. You might look really good with a buzz cut. You kind of got to experiment and find out what works for you, and then take care of your hair. So I get my hair cut every week. I would recommend learn how to cut your own hair if you want to save money, or find a dope barber. Go every week, go every other week at the minimum, at least to clean your neck up, clean everything up. But staying on top of that makes you just feel ready for anything, and it all plays back into kind of what I'm talking about. Then, facial hair. I didn't start taking care of my facial hair super serious until maybe like 5 years ago. So what I did is I invested in some trimmers and a T-liner. So basically with these 2 things, I'm able to line my mustache up, line my goatee up, fade it, basically whenever I want. I do it about every other day. And then I will also sometimes use these to just shave the hair on my face. Other times I'll use a razor. But either way, you guys, combine The first two steps, just to recap: take care of your skin, take care of your facial hair, take care of the hair on your head. And I know genetically some people you might not have great hair. That's okay too. You got to work with what you got. Okay, a lot of it can't be. You don't get to choose a lot of things. I wish I was taller. Okay, I'm 6'4", but I wish I was 6'6". Some things you just can't choose. Also, if your work allows it, I mean, I wear hats, I wear beanies, and I'll get into that here in a second. But yeah, so that's another thing. Lastly, very quickly, it kind of goes without saying, I am huge on smelling good. So I actually have a bunch of different deodorants that I'm testing out right now that are aluminum free. So for the longest time, I've used a spray, but it has aluminum in it, and I'm learning kind of the dangers of that. So I've been using like all natural, and I'm trying out a bunch of different all natural deodorants. So find one that you like, find one that smells good. But long story short, smelling good plays a huge factor in the feeling good. Doesn't matter what you're doing for the day, smell good and be ready and confident about yourself when you step out of the house, or even when you're walking around your own house, especially if you live with someone, whether it's significant other, family members, roommates, whatever. So every day, I stay on top of cologne. So I spray cologne, put on deodorant. I make sure that I smell good. Combined with all these things, I'm basically ready for the day from like a hygiene perspective. So the other two kind of areas that I wanted to dive into are, one is going to be accessories. When I was younger, I didn't know how to rock accessories well. I didn't really know or understand how to utilize them, the benefits of them, but I wish I did. And so you might be asking, like, what the hell is an accessory? So for me, I think about accessories as anything you put on your body that is not clothing, right? So hats, beanies, earrings. I have 2 nose rings. I have this necklace. I have a necklace on underneath this, a gold one underneath. I usually only show the silver. I have a silver bracelet. I have an Apple Watch. So these accessories really help make your outfit pop. So let me set this down. So I mean, like, this outfit is just kind of a normal outfit. It's a crop tee. I have shorts on. You can't really see the shorts. Let's see. So this is the outfit right now. It's nothing crazy, but if I didn't have these accessories on, not only do I feel naked, but I just don't look as put together. So start experimenting with accessories. Don't overdo it. I see a lot of people, especially due to they have too much on. You don't need to overdo it. Simple, a simple chain. Tuck it in if you want to start off. A simple bracelet, one bracelet. It doesn't have to be chained either. It can be different things, but experiment with it. I think accessories should be looked at as tools. And the same goes for hats, beanies. So this is my closet, and these are, hats, beanies I wear all the time. If you watch reactions of mine, or usually if I haven't had a haircut in a while, and by a while I mean like, I don't know, 3-4 days, I'll start throwing on hats. Or a lot of the times I'll wear hats to the gym. Which leads me to the next piece that I would highly, highly focus on if I could go back, which is just my fucking apparel. When I see shit that I wore back in college, and even after college, like even like 6-7 years ago from now, even like 4 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I was kind of doing what I thought other guys were doing and I thought was cool. So, skinny jeans, tight V-neck shirts, jogger pants. And listen, I'm not trying to cap on you if that is what you're wearing today, But what I will tell you is like, what I have found that works best is you don't have to rock oversized stuff like I do, but all my shirts are basically oversized at this point. Everything that I wear is oversized. And the main thing the main reasons that I wear oversized stuff now is because it is the most comfortable versus tight shirts, which I used to wear tight stuff all the time. But not only that, but there's a feeling about wearing baggy clothes that adds a level of I don't give a fuck, right? Granted, I understand some of you for work, your 9 to 5 won't allow that. Totally get it. I'm not saying, I'm not telling you how to dress at work. But when you're just going about the weekend, casual, or, after work or whatever, as long as you don't have to get dressed up, man, I have found for me what works is getting baggy, comfortable. I've really been into these shirts from Abercrombie, which are cropped a little bit, but they're like premium thick. And I also primarily, unless I'm wearing some anime stuff, I'm primarily wearing a solid color shirt. So what I recommend, if you're like, okay, I need to redo my wardrobe, just start with black, whites, beiges, basically neutral colors, because the neutral colors are going to match with just about anything. Any pair of shoes, they're going to match with any color bottoms that you have, and usually just about any skin complexion is going to look good with these colors. So most of the time you'll see me in blacks or some beiges, and I've recently been really big into like browns, like this shirt that I'm wearing right now. So on top of that the whole baggy kind of hold on, the lighting looks really bad. The whole baggy discussion that I'm having also applies and pertains to jeans and shorts. So like these shorts are loose fitted, baggy. They're not like, you don't have to get them, super oversized, but it's a comfortable fit. Because the thing is, what I have found, if you're wearing baggy shirts and then you have on skinny jeans, it doesn't look the best. And honestly, what I'm finding more and more is skinny jeans are kind of out. I think we're fading away. We're moving on from the skinny jeans era. And listen, I rock skinny jeans all the time. So I used to, So don't feel bad if you're still wearing skinny jeans. I think that we're reaching a phase where that is just not what's in. Okay, so there's one last critical kind of piece to this whole glow up conversation, which is something that I've talked about on this channel before, something that you've probably seen a lot and you've probably heard it's been shoved down your face quite a bit. It's probably overdone, but it's physical fitness. Lucky for me, if I'm talking to my 20-year-old self, I've always been somewhat involved in fitness. I played sports growing up. So luckily, that's been a part of my life. However, what I focus on has changed. When I was younger, all I focused on was having big arms and a big chest. As I'm getting older, I realized that those are byproducts for the most part of other workouts, as long as you're focused on the right thing. So really, I have other stuff. I'm going to dive deeper into this. I don't want to dive super deep into going to the gym and what you should be doing at the gym. But what I want to tell you is, when you feel good about your body, when you feel good about yourself naked, you feel good about yourself in general. How you look does matter, but that doesn't mean you have to be ripped and in shape. There are a lot of people who might be heavier set who are extremely confident and love how they look, and that shows, and they're fine. So it's more for if you're at a place where you are not happy, if you are not happy with your body and how you look, and when you take your shirt off or when you take your clothes off, even if it's just you, I'm not even talking about going to a beach or anything. I'm talking about when you step into a shower and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, If you're not happy, then you just have to make changes. By that I mean you got to get to the gym. So get to the gym. I would say at least 4 days a week or 3 days a week of some sort of weightlifting, and then incorporate some sort of cardio, fitness, whether maybe it's sports, something. But you have to feel good about your body. I don't want to dive too much into that, but if I'm talking to my past self, it's focusing on the right things, which is for me now with my knowledge, it's leg health, it's cardiovascular, it's mobility, and then weightlifting, doing progressive overload, which is continuously increasing the amount that I'm lifting. All right. Those are the things that I think if you take all of those things from this video and start implementing them into your life, 6 months from now, you could be unrecognizable in a good way, and you could feel better about yourself. And so I want to wrap it all up with this. Yes, all of these things matter. I do think they matter because I do think how you look impacts how you feel impacts the energy you give out, and how you make others feel. It's a full cycle. I also don't want this video to be sharing that looks are the only thing that matter, because that's not the case. I think what matters is how you feel about yourself internally. And so all of these things, though, what it will do if you actually follow these things, you will start feeling better about yourself. You will start loving yourself more, which will increase your self-confidence, which will impact everything. I'm on this channel. If you're new here, I'm going to talk way more about a lot of these things, like the mental, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-love, but also the physical stuff. Basically, all of these things each of these things can be their own video, but I kind of wanted to sum it up for someone to watch and be like, okay, this is what I need to focus on if I want to improve how I feel about myself when it comes to my appearance. Because I know now in my life, I feel more confident about my looks today than I ever have. And I wish I would have started doing these things when I was younger. But it is what it is. At least now I'm here and I can teach you and save you years of time so that you don't have any regrets about when you started taking care of yourself. That is all. I hope you got some valuable information from this content. Stay up and stay blessed. Feel good about yourself. Don't overdo it. Don't overthink it as well. Start with baby steps and reach out if you have any questions. I'm here to help. All right, y'all. Peace.